Art versus product, knowing the difference. Before you lose your soul, there's a quiet line between art and product, and most people never see it until it's too late. At first, your art comes from somewhere pure. It's expression, it's therapy, it's truth. You don't create to sell, you create to survive. You create to understand yourself, to connect with something bigger than your own mind. That's art, the translation of spirit into form. But as time goes on, the outside world starts to notice. You share something raw and people respond. They tell you it's good, they ask for more. And somewhere in that praise, something shifts. You start creating not because you need to, but because they need you to. That's where the line begins to blur. When art becomes a product, it begins to answer to something outside of itself. You start thinking about timing, packaging, marketing, and audience. You start wondering how to make it resonate with the marketplace. And while there's nothing wrong with that, because even product can serve a purpose, you have to know what's happening. Because the moment you create for the world instead of for truth, you invite the world's judgment into your soul. Art and product can coexist. They often do. But they are not the same. Art is born in silence. Product is born in conversation. Art asks, what needs to come through me? Product asks, what will they buy from me? Art is timeless. Product is seasonal. Art is about expression. Product is about exchange. When you blur those lines, it doesn't mean you've failed. It just means you have to become conscious. If you choose to sell your work, sell it with awareness. Understand that the marketplace doesn't care about your process. It cares about perception. And that can be dangerous for the artist who confuses validation with value. Some of the most powerful works ever created were never meant to be sold. Van Gogh sold one painting while he was alive. Emily Dickinson barely published a word. They weren't chasing trends. They were channeling truth. And that truth eventually found the world anyway, long after the world was ready for it. It's not bad to make money from your art, but it's dangerous to measure your worth by it. When you make money the goal, you begin to compromise. You start sanding down the edges of your truth so it fits inside someone else's comfort zone. And that's when art dies, not because it's sold, but because it's surrendered. The market has its own rhythm, its own appetite, its own form of gravity. It pulls you toward what's profitable, not what's personal. If you're not careful, it will convince you that your gift only matters if it performs well. But the marketplace doesn't know what to do with real spirit. It wants packaging, not presence. It wants content, not connection. So create your product if you must, but know what you're doing. Do it intentionally. Sell your work if it serves your path, but don't let it own your identity. Because the moment you tie your self-worth to your sales, you'll lose the very reason you started creating in the first place. Art is spiritual. It's a conversation between you and the unseen. The marketplace is material. It's a transaction between you and the scene. Both can exist. Both can sustain you, but they cannot share the same throne. If your art doesn't resonate with the market, that's okay. It doesn't mean it failed. It means it spoke a language the world wasn't ready to hear yet. That's what real art does. It lives beyond reaction. So keep creating. If you choose to sell, do it with clarity. If you choose to keep it sacred, do it with conviction. But never forget what art truly is. The mirror that reflects your soul back to you. Because the moment you forget that, you stop being an artist and start being a brand. And you were born for something deeper than that. If this message spoke to you, take a deep breath and remember, your gift is sacred, your art matters, and the world is waiting for your light. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment sharing what part of this message resonated with you most. Then keep going. Watch the other videos in the Artist Awakening series to continue exploring your creative path and your truth. Stay true, stay fearless, and stay awakened.